What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. My name is Aya, and I watch dating content and stuff online because it's interesting to me. I don't know. It's interesting to watch everyone create more hell on earth. I'm not um, a pop commentator. I'm not going to mention anyone's names, but you guys who watch dating commentary online, like the red pill, blue pill, pink pill, purple pill, black pill, white pill, hypergamy videos, will know what and who I'm speaking of. It's really this manosphere stuff is stressful. It's very stressful. If you have ever been in love, and if you've ever really truly been in a relationship, you wouldn't even like dare listen to these people because life really isn't black and white the way they're painting it out to be. This reminds me of like Virgo energy, uh, to where you stay away from life and stay away from actually experiencing things because you're afraid of your own imperfections and you don't want anyone calling you out. And so you try to read the manual, everything you can read first, and you try to make everything match up with what you read when you do finally get to being brave enough to actually live, you know, because life is not as simple as I make $100,000, so I'm only going to date a 10. You want to know why? It's because there are other factors that come into play, like the person's spirituality. And I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about their ancestors and the energies that they carry with them in their soul. And whether or not, no matter how pretty or how much money they make, can you live with their karma? You know, um, um, chemistry. You can have chemistry with a butt ugly person and not be able to get that person off your mind. You know, because of karmic connections that you have with them. So, and then on top of that, I don't enjoy how our society is very disorganized. Oftentimes, when clients come to me and they want dating advice or readings about dating and love and past lovers and new lovers, I'm like, first of all, we're doing this all wrong. We're not supposed to find our own mate. Whether that be you go to a matchmaker, an astrologer, a witch doctor, or you know, somebody that has a database to choose from for you that can match you up with the qualities that you need, not just what you want. That's why humans can't be trusted to match themselves, because you're going to be looking at boobs and butt and cars and houses, and then you're going to end up divorcing because you're not compatible with someone just because they look like whoever. The star that everybody wants. Maybe they're comparing people to is Beyonce or something like that, right? 10, 20 years ago, who was it? Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks. You see, the issue is that people aren't um, able to see past their own brainwashing to actually see the right things that they actually need, like love, respect, honesty, purity, heart, a love for children, gratitude for life. Things are going to lead your family to have great karma so that you're not fucking up your children. Now, I'm not saying date people that can't afford a family. Duh. And that's the problem that our society and the way people parent, they're not parenting, aren't producing husband and wives. So at best, everyone is have the emotional intelligence and the material outlook of maybe someone who is an immature 15-year-old, because there are some mature teenagers who are more spiritually inept. And I'm not negating the root chakra and saying that we don't need, if the root chakra needs are taken care of, then everything else is going to be not as important to most people. And that does include relationships and marriage. Where's my earring? Oh, because sometimes my earring falls out. Um, yeah, root chakra issues is money and marriage and children. Getting that foundation. That's why if you don't have those things, it kind of you're anxious and you're obsessed about it. And so I do encourage people to get that out the way as soon as possible. And that's also the issue. When I study other civilizations, ancient civilizations, this was taken care of very early, so that the things that people find so unattractive, she's so unattractive because she has a son already. If y'all don't get y'all, now look, she has one son, and you guys know, if you guys pay attention to this world. If you don't, I'm sorry. Um, she has one son. Well, I guess I can talk about the situation. There's this guy that honestly looks like a gateway to me. When I read his energy, he seems gay, like, and I'm not uh like fronting on him. His energy is very much so. It gives me that, you know, um, and so that also is another subject too, because I find that shallow gay men judge women on their beauty way more harshly than straight guys. And so this like this spear of men, quote unquote, like standing up for themselves. Well, let me get into the story. This guy, he's like a coach on YouTube, and he has like women call in, and then he judges them and whether or not they're worthy of love or a high value man or not, depending upon if they're beautiful, how beautiful they are, right? And and women are sitting here feeling bad about themselves off of what this man's opinion is, or being like, well, he's right. Girl, y'all better not. Y'all better not. You want to know why? Well, let me continue the story before I go in. Um, all right. I Okay, so yeah, the lady I think she's a catch. Well, I guess because I'm not a guy. Whatever. Okay, she's 35. She has her own business, a pet grooming business. She makes six figures off of her own business. You go, girl. She has a 13-year-old son. Okay, and I guess uh, she has a baby father who's problematic. Um, she rated herself a five. Never rate yourself a five in front of a man, girl. Now, granted, I thought she was beautiful. She's part of the big forehead, um, the five head community, and I feel like big forehead women are beautiful. She had the wrong makeup, the wrong foundation, and the wrong lipstick. She's very mocha skinned, and her lipstick was like Barbie red ish pink, and it looked like it was outside of the lines of her. It's like she, um, maybe she rushed and did her makeup before she got on live, or she don't know how to do her makeup. I don't know. I don't know her. I don't live with her every day. But if I was her friend, I would tell her that that wasn't the right shade. And we would go to the makeup counter and we would find her the right shades for her. But that's how I am as a girlfriend. I will let you know because I honestly want you to win. Okay? I want you to win. And so, you know, I don't I'm barefaced most of the time like this because I feel like makeup ages me. I If I go in on the makeup, I do it real light, and I like I like to 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 accentuate. That's what my mom taught me. I didn't always listen growing up. Sometimes I overdid the makeup, you know. But nowadays I feel like when anytime I put on makeup, I take it off most of the time. I'd be like, what am I doing? I don't need it. You know, now some people might beg to differ, but you keep your goddamn opinions to yourself. Now why now why should you never rate yourself a five? And why shouldn't these men's opinion matter of you? Why? Because I feel like high confidence in uh and and happiness go a long way and can get you what you want. Like I feel like this whole manosphere is to manipulate women and get them to agree to putting up with the same bullshit that we've always put up with. I don't care if it's a high value man, a low value man, the trash man, the president. Like, there isn't a woman that hasn't been through bullshit with men if you've been in a relationship long enough. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about. They deserve this and they deserve that. And if you're average, you don't deserve this and you don't deserve that. Bullshit. Bullshit. And what I do love about men that men have on women is that they'll stick together. They'll find a train of thought. They'll find a storyline and they'll stick with it. Like somebody's like, yeah, I got this woman to feel bad about herself and she lowered her standards and she slept with me. And then they'll pass that story around. And then they'll be like, for real? And then the next guy was trying. I feel like they're just sticking together so that, you know, they get women to agree to marrying them under circumstances that maybe you wouldn't marry a guy or be with a guy or sleep with a guy. And that's been going on for the longest. That's nothing new. But what's so annoying about it is that it's just so loud because it's online. And it's like, I'd be like, shut up. As thirsty as guys are every day, this is just online shit. Because, like, when I walk down the street, it's the same old, same old. It's Animal Kingdom. Girls, don't let those guys. I mean, yes, do be bomb and be snatched. and be gorge. And basically whatever makes you feel good, you know, because it's your confidence. You can be size 29,000, and if you're confident, I don't know what they're talking about. Because every time I watch my 600,000 pound life, all all those girls got a man. If you want a man, you can have a man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the money. I wish people would stop putting that out there. You know, because the last guy I dated, he honestly worked at a Kroger. But because he was hardworking, well, at least that's what the front he showed me at first, is that he was hardworking, he was happy, he was working towards some things that he wanted in his life, and we vibed. We could talk, we could hang out and chill. He seemed to have his own life. I had my own life. I'm willing to holla at you and talk to you if we vibe. It's the more money can be made. Money comes and goes. Material things come and go. You want a partner that has a great attitude while they're working. Because I don't want to hear no nigga complain about having to work. Everybody's got to do something. Whether that be you work and I hold down the fort at home because we have kids or whatever. You know, you work that out in your own relationship. But all of this, you know, you ugly, so you're going to be by yourself forever. You know, now I do agree, okay, with this. If you're going to play that game, then you are entering into the lion's den. You know, that's how I play the game. I'm not leading with, I don't lead with my beauty. I have it, you know, in oodles and bundles galore. But I don't wear that on my sleeve. That's like what I have to offer as a human being. Okay, and and so I don't like men who lead with their money. Now I've learned throughout my dating career that men with more money, I've dated guys with a house and two cars and had their own business and traveling, and I've dated all types of guys, you know. So I'm not saying that I've dated all broke men, and I haven't dated all men with full pockets or whatever. I'm saying that I've run the gamut, okay? And I find that men who do have resources are happier with themselves. That is what I'm looking for. So maybe last summer or 2 summers ago, or was it last summer? When I was dating that guy that I was talking to you about, he seemed happy with what he was doing. He seemed satisfied. So I was satisfied because I wasn't really looking for him to take care of me. I wasn't looking for somebody to pay my bills or anything like that. I actually make more money than him. But that's not even a big deal to me. But it became a big deal in our relationship because he made it a big deal. I don't care because I've been broke, I've been homeless, and I am at where I'm at now, where I'm able to save up a lot of money and see how I can build even more wealth, you know, and I have the luxury of working on things that will assist me with that, and I have the time, and I've built a business that kind of agrees with my energy and my personality and my natural gifts. That took me fighting and scrapping and struggling and trying many different things to finally figure out like how to work with myself and who I am, right? And so um I do, like I was saying before, if you are leading with your beauty and you want a man to lead with his money, then you are playing a game that is going to be very harsh towards you and very judgmental towards you, and you are going to have to live up to some standards because you're doing that to yourself. But if you go into the game looking for intangible attributes along with someone who is good at adulting, it's not about a certain lifestyle. Now, I decided maybe in my late 20s that I had expectations, known and unknown, in my subconscious mind about what I wanted a man to have this, and he had to do this, and he had to do, and I was like, am I this? Am I capable of that? Can I buy that car for myself if I wanted it? No. So I so I decided to work on getting myself up to the point to where if I want something, nobody will be able to tell me no. I can just really just get it myself, you know. And if a man, out of the kindness of his heart, I want a generous guy. I don't like dating a guy with tight pockets who, I have to beg him for every cent. I don't want to live like that. I want to date a generous person. Because I'm generous. If I was tight and not a generous being, then I would only really expect for someone to be like that with me, you know. But I dated, actually, the guy that had money. He was tight. He didn't like to share it. Um, but I was very generous when it came to like, and it's time for his birthday and stuff. I'm very thoughtful. I'm very generous. Money is not an object to me. Like on Valentine's Day, for us, I remember I bought us two Tempur-Pedic pillows uh, to relax, and those pillows do help you sleep. I might need to get some more, but they were like $100 a piece, and he was so mad at me. First, he was like, "You wasted so much money on you spent all that money on damn pillows." But when he was sleeping good, and he was like, "You know what? The pillows is bomb." And I was like, "Yeah, the pillows is bomb," And so, never again. And then I've dated, like, the guy I dated last summer. He didn't have as much money as the other guy, but he was generous. Whatever he had, he was willing to share it with me, and or whatever he had, if something was wrong with my car, he was like, I'll take care of it for you. Like different attributes and money and girls. Yeah, because if you're looking for a guy that's rich, with like high societal uh, visibility, you know, because you care about your social standing. Why? Why? What is everybody trying to compensate for? Like you didn't have a good relationship with your mom and dad. Go work on that. Because those types of, looking for those types of things tend to get people in abusive relationships with people who, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to be loved for who they are. So you can't lead that, with those feats. And that, because in the end, it brings misery. I don't like to see you guys miserable. I don't like to see people miserable like that. You know. And then what I also was thinking about in our society, how people are led to think. You would think everybody's a fucking king or a queen or diplomat or something. Why do y'all care so much about these things? You're not a king. You're not a queen, and you really wouldn't want to be, because you would be enslaved to the parliament, to the powers that be. You wouldn't belong to yourself. So why everybody's saying that they're a king and a queen, they don't know what they're talking about. Okay? I in past lives have been in those courts. Um Once as a princess, my father was a king, and I was the firstborn, and I wasn't allowed to step up into my queendom because they wanted me to be a man. And once I was an advisor to a king or a pharaoh. And so all of like my wisdom that I carry within me are from those different lifetimes where I know like what I'm looking at when I see things. I'll be like, why do y'all want to be involved in something like that? You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're dealing with. Be happy to be a regular and average person and to be free and to be able to be yourself and to not be controlled. You're putting yourself in positions to be controlled by things that later on you regret and you'll want your freedom from. I talk to uh, assist people who are married to men with a lot of money, and they are miserable a lot of times because they're not allowed to uh, be themselves in their own skin because they have to wear the costume and the energy that will make their rich husband happy. All to say that you have a husband that's rich, but you don't feel enriched in your own life as a person, you know. I guess. I mean, everybody makes their choices. And I'm saying that no one's true self and true choices that come from the true self are to be devalued. If that woman wants a six-figure guy and she says she's a five, first of all, don't say you're a five. Even if you are a five, work on that. Do something to make bump yourself up to a nine. There's makeup for that. There's really, really good weave for that. Hell, I don't like wigs. They're hot and they feel like hats. I used to wear them when I was younger, but now when I try to put them on, I feel stupid. But I will wear a good old crochet, and I will put in. I don't like micros anymore. I used to like spend a lot of money, a lot of money on hair and nails. Um, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I just don't like the upkeep and the budgeting. Like I'm not as frivolous with my dollars, anymore. I like to see my money in the bank, and I like to see my savings account grow. And so there have been times in my life where I'm like, I'm spending 20, 40, 50, 60, 100 on nails. I can save that. I can be doing something else with that money, like taking a trip or something else. You know what I'm saying? But guys, boys like it though. You gotta please the boys. You do. If you truly want to be in a relationship and you want to keep your mate, whoever they may be, and they met you a certain way, then you have to maintain it. You have to maintain it, or you're going to lose that relationship. It's just how it is. Um, that is why I am just me. Like I legit, really just live how I feel. I look how I am going to look every day for the most part. I don't want to put on airs because then if I meet a guy and I'm putting on airs, then he's gonna think that I look like that every day, and I don't. So I don't wanna be in a facade in a relationship. I will crawl out of my skin and slide under the door and leave that man. And it won't even be his fault. It would have been my fault that I put that type of pressure on myself in the first place. So I don't even do it now. I'm like, you know, this is what I do every day. You know, period. Um, love it or hate it, want it or not want it. All right. Uh, yeah. But I do recommend, like, when girls are seriously looking and they really want it bad. Like, I mean, there are some girls I talk to, they want to get married like yesterday. Bump up your game, bump up your beauty game, lose a little more weight, get a little more packs of hair in. Seriously, like if I actually cared to like, and I like wanted to attract a lot of attention and a lot of guys and have a lot of choices and a lot of, I know what to do. But you know, me personally, I like it when it's real, and the right timing. I'm willing to wait forever, and if it never, I'm okay with that. But to be fair and to be honest, I've fallen in love a lot in my life. Every relationship I've ever been in, I felt like I was married. You know, um, and so, and I'm not like old or anything like that. It's just that I feel like I've filled myself up to the brim, and am enjoying. There was a time where in my life where I felt like I was never single. I was always in a relationship. Like I never had any time to myself. If I was if if one relationship ended, another one began. You know, um, and maybe it's because of the belief that my mother instilled in me that uh, she would not let me linger and cry about guys for long. Because she would be like, girl, I'm going to let you cry. I'm going to let you cry for a little bit, for 24 hours. But then you're going to wipe those tears because there's always another man waiting around the corner. Bump him. It's his loss or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like she's all. My mom's a narcissist, but she's a really good girlfriend to have when it comes to boys. She's good at boys. She can scheme and scam her way. She should be a relationship coach. Her favorite book, I've never read this book, but her favorite book is that I saw her read and quote religiously, Men Love Bitches. And I'll always see her reading that book and I'll be like, why? 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 Why is this your attitude and your mantra? You know, it's really that men love confidence and standards as much as these guys, these red pill, blue pill, green pill guys online, um, don't want you to have standards because you're ugly. That is so schoolyard to me. They just want you to lower your standards so that you will let them fuck you. That's what I think. Because that's what guys want. And don't make it easier just because if a guy is not up to the challenge, he's just not up to the challenge. And if he's only willing to be up to a challenge for a woman who looks better than you in his eyes, then let him go. So what? Do you know that being in a relationship is just extra work? What is this love that you guys speak of? I know there are times of companionship and sharing, but that's really honestly to me only if there's space to miss each other and there is um, not always a openness. You know how a lot of women, or maybe men too, make themselves available when you love somebody? Have something going on in your life, that makes someone chase you still. The chase can't ever be over, even after you get in a relationship, or else it'll make the fire go out. Now, if a guy doesn't feel like you're worthy of that chase, then you'll lose him, I guess. Um, I don't know what that means or what that looks like. Well, yeah. If you gain weight or if you aren't as beautiful as you were, or some guys want you to have weight on you, and they don't like it when you lose weight. Like it all depends on your man, you know. So um, you if you're in a relationship, you do have to keep your guy visually like stimulated. That's important. And just like he can't lose his job. He may not have to be um, Bill Gates out here in this bitch, but he can't like be unemployed for like forever and a day or nothing like that, girl. That's a no. That's going to be a no for me. Now, if we're married and he gets like laid off and I have money, if we have money, then I'm gonna hold it down. But he ain't finna like just not get up and go do something about it. He better be up and doing something about it. He better go get a job someplace. McDonald's is always hiring. You see, and I don't like a man with pride to the point to where he won't go do something that's available to put something, you know what I'm saying, on the table. Like, now there's some people that I follow on YouTube that are happily married. Most of these dating coaches I see that are spewing out this rhetoric aren't married, and they're not even interested in getting married, a lot of them. The people that I see that are happily married, that have the philosophy like I have, that, you know, they've been together through ups and downs, and they didn't pick um, their man or each other because of money. It was a teamwork element. It was a chemistry. Then being able to work together, being able to communicate. There are so many other things that these people that have no idea what the work that love takes. That's what people should be talking about. The work that it actually takes to upkeep a healthy relationship, the ups and downs you go through, and getting through those things and getting through to the other side. You know, um, Women, you want to find someone that actually really loves you and cares about you. And men, you want to be with someone that actually loves you and cares about you. You know, and it isn't going to leave you when your bank account is low. And then women, you don't want somebody that's going to leave you when you gain weight. You're going to have to, just like if a man, if a man loses his job, he's going to have to get on it, finding another job. If you gain weight, then you're going to have to get on losing that weight. Get on it, you know. Um, yeah, I don't have anything else to say.